Okay, hey there everyone. This is my sketchbook from the last few months. I've bought this brand quite a few times. It's kind of expensive. I think this one was 30 something dollars. But it's watercolor paper, which, is going to be more expensive, and it's got this neat little scrunchy thing and the bookmark, and it's just like a very nice watercolor sketchbook for traveling, and I have bought it a couple times actually. So let's just go into the tour. This is the shocking first page. I hate the first page of a sketchbook because it's just, there's so much pressure to make it look good, and it never does. That's supposed to be, is it a caladium? I don't remember I have one, it's just like this plant. I don't remember the name, but we're just gonna move on, because that was awful. Here, I'm clearly feeling very angsty on these pages. I've been having kind of a rough artistic a go of it recently. Just lack of motivation, and maybe it's burnout. I'm dealing with it, but this was just me getting pissed. Okay, so here I'm starting to kind of get my groove. That's a sticker. You can buy it on my Etsy. Just doing some portraits. I always like doing people's like full body, but without the head, because for some reason I can do the full body and I can do the face, but when they're together, it's just for some reason the hardest thing. No more shiny objects is a quote from Creative Pep Talk. If you guys have followed and UG Pizza, I highly recommend it, especially if you're a professional creative or someone who's trying to become a professional creative and make money from your art. Creative Pep Talk is one of my favorite podcasts. Yeah, and then so I just painted a rose. That was fun. Someone who I work with gave me this business card. I loved this Pink Princess Philodendron is what it's called. That's that plant right there. I couldn't get the eyes to match, so I just put pansy over it. It's my favorite teacup. I do like some to-do lists sometimes. It's a variegated monstera. Daniel Smith watercolor is my favorite watercolor. If you ever decide to take the next step with watercolors, if you're not there yet, then Daniel Smith is one of the best watercolors in my opinion. It's made right in Seattle, which is pretty cool for me. This page was kind of inspired by, well, I mean, it was fully inspired by the movie House of Hummingbirds, I think. It was at the Seattle Film Festival. It's a really, really beautiful movie. They called it the South Korean 8th grade. And I feel like it was like 8th grade if you've seen it. But a little darker, I mean much darker, and just heartbreaking. But it was one of the few movies I saw this year. And it was really, really incredible. Here I took a Skillshare class from Victo Guy. I'm so sorry I'm butchering that name, but she's an illustrator who does incredible, intricate digital works using, I think she uses Photoshop and Procreate usually, but she did a Skillshare class on illustration that I don't usually work digitally, but I mean, her stuff just makes you want to work digitally. So this is my like gushing fan art page. This is my notes from the class, and that's a portrait of her. Here's, oh god, I was trying to do a meet the artist thing. You'll probably see that later actually. And here, ooh, it was Iraville on Instagram. Did a draw this in your style challenge, which is always fun. So that's what that's from. That was a fun one. Then I just did some sketches, some figure poses. I was kind of feeling lost again. Here I actually did the Meet the Artist challenge, I guess you'd say. Just like little things I've keep in my purse, or like things I like. Little fun facts. I think someday I'll maybe do a more serious version of this, but this was just kind of for fun. You can see I started doing one for my boyfriend, but he just likes burgers and milk, and we couldn't figure out how to make it like cute, you know. But I kind of like this page, honestly. I was kind of feeling insecure about my style, or you know, just kind of feeling bleh. And I actually kind of got excited by these like colors, I guess. Probably the colors were what drew me. I like painting people's noses a little darker than they are actually. And it just kind of was like a fun thing. Here I tried to paint something from, is it Jerry Annie? She's like a Finnish Instagrammer. She's like really cute, just serious aesthetic posts. I recommend looking at her stuff if you're wanting inspiration. Here's some weird studies. I was having a time. Clearly, I don't remember this. This was like just long ago enough for me to not quite remember. I think it's September now in 2019. I think I finished this sketchbook in gosh, maybe June or July. Anyway, here I was like super stoked because I went to 85, which is like a pastry shop. We got a couple in Seattle. And they just do like the best little pastries, and they're so cute. And so I just painted them all day, and it was the best. It was kind of an excuse to just eat a bunch of pastries, but here's just some like notes. Sometimes I'll just kind of just write notes to myself, and kind of waste of a page, honestly, but whatever. Here's another sticker you can get on my Etsy. Some sketches. I think I went into the Seattle Art Museum, has like a pre-Raphaelite exhibit right now. I think it's still going, but it was super, super nice and inspiring, and I was trying to do some cool pre-Raphaelite inspired art, but it never really panned out. Maybe someday. Here's just some hands and some butterflies. This is gouache, so this isn't watercolor, obviously, but yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. Sometimes when I feel like drawing and I don't know what to draw, but I really feel like it, I'll try to do something kind of that I'm not very good at, like hands. Like, no one's good at hands, you know? So you just try to develop your skills a little bit more. I feel pretty good about those, actually. Here I was doing a bunch of Harry Potter art. So I was practicing doing like owls and stuff. That's a barn owl. More owls. This was like some, I wish I noted like the model or the reference photos, but they're just from Pinterest. If you follow me on Pinterest, you'll see like all my reference photos there, actually. Here's some more Harry Potter stuff. I could not get the owls. I love owls. They're my favorite animal, but I just have kind of a hard time painting them. As you can see, I just, like, they're always like fine, but I just never, I hate the background on this. I just like was having such a low point. Here I did a study from one of my favorite artists, and she also lives in Seattle, Lily Seika Jones. Her Instagram is Rivulet Paper or something like that. If you just look up Lily Seika, Seika Jones, her stuff is incredible. So that was kind of me doing a bit of a master copy on the trees. And then I used that to do my watercolor of the Whomping Willow, which is everyone's fave. It wasn't really the Whomping Willow, but then I think someone was like, that looks like the Whomping Willow, so I just painted in the car flying through it, just as like, oh, now it's Harry Potter? Okay, cool. It's automatically way cooler. I was going to teach a watercolor class, and I think these are just some notes I was doing. I tried to do another Draw This in Your Style later this month. Oh, I had a bad time of it. I think this is like masking fluid stuck on here. Anyway, that looks a little bit better. Oh gosh, I think it was Lana J on Instagram who I was doing. I never posted it. I never really felt good about it. Here's some sketches for something I did complete. You can see it on my Instagram. It's like a heron. I call it the pretzel heron. It's just like a twisted up heron, obviously. with like a crystal in its mouth. I don't know why I thought of doing that. I like how it came out. So head over to my Instagram to see that. Here's the study where I was doing some more herons. I really like how these mushrooms came out. They actually look shiny, which is very hard for me to accomplish sometimes, but let me just try to focus here. I'm still like really new at paint or camera work, but that's what those little guys look like. It's my favorite part of the whole sketchbook, actually. Let me just try to fix, there we go. Yeah, ray-billed herons are one of my favorite birds. My mom would always say they were good luck. Oh my god, I haven't even finished this sketchbook. I have like 2 more pages, so I guess this was a little premature, but it's good to know that I have a couple pages left of this expensive sketchbook that actually has a little pocket in the back where I store stuff. I mean, I don't store stuff here because I forget it's there, just like I forget that I have some pages left before I film a video. Clearly, I have it together. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. That's my sketchbook from this summer of 2019. So, thanks for watching.